Alright, kita continue kita sambung balik on chapter 2 part 2, Porter's model composition. This is our second model. The first one we've learned about generic strategies by Porter's as well. Porter's generic strategic model. The second one is Porter's model of competition. Basically, we're going to learn about Porter's 5 forces model. Okay? Porter's 5 forces model. So basically, this is the model that we use to look at the overall strength and weakness in our position. Depending position in the competitive advantage depends on these factors. The factors are degree of rivalry, daya saing itulah degree of rivalry, threat of new entrants, ancaman kepada kemasukan baru, threat of substitute, bagaimana orang boleh ganti kita punya perkhidmatan ataupun produk ni, bargaining power of buyers, adakah kita letak harga mengikut demand pembeli, bargaining power of supplier, ataupun kita paksa meletak harga mengikut demand supplier kita. Macam itulah. So these are the 5 forces model. So we look at the first factor, degree of rivalry. Degree of rivalry ni antara kita punya daya saing, kita punya organisation dengan company lain. Contohnya Tesco dengan Giant, rivalry-nya dengan Tesco Giant, rivalry-nya dengan Aeon ke. So these are the hypermarket industry. Okay. Sama juga dengan product, manufacturing and so on and so forth. That is degree of rivalry. How well we are leading in the being competitive with our rivalry. Kita tahulah rivalry kita siapa. We have to know who's our rivalry. Whether it's big, whether it's new, whether it's old, and so on and so forth. We have to know who's our rivalry. Then the second forces is threat of new entrant. Adakah bidang kita ni senang orang masuk? Senang orang masuk macam tumbuh bagai cendawan lepas hujan kan? So a threat of new entrants ni senang orang masuk dan keluar dalam this industry. They will gain market share. Rivalry will intensify. Bila dah ramai tu, so tekanan terhadap kita dengan rivalry ni, sebab rivalry dah ramai, so dia jadi makin intense. So the positions of existing firms is stronger if there are barriers to entering the market. If barriers to entry, maksudnya kena ada halangan dan cabaran untuk masuk ke dalam industri tersebut are low, then the threats of new entrants would be high. Kalau barrier tu rendah, maka ancaman tu lebih tinggi. Contohnya macam kita nak jual goreng pisang kopok leko. Definitely banyak lagi kedai-kedai lain yang jual goreng pisang dan kopok leko. Apa yang special ni kita punya goreng pisang dan kopok leko. So that is very low barriers to entry. Modal sikit saja kita dah boleh buat berniaga. So barriers to entry are therefore very important to determine the threat of new entrants. An industry can have one or more barriers. Halangan tu apa dia? Kalau modal dia murah, maka ramailah orang yang akan masuk dalam industri tu. Kalau modal dia mahal, maka tak ramai. Kalau ada banyak regulation, maka tak ramai orang masuk. Kalau regulation sangat-sangat tak ada regulation sangat, maka setakat ambil lesen dan ancaman dia sangat tinggi. So we have to look at the rivalry and threats of rivalry. So that is the analysis yang kita kena tengok. Threat of substitute, berapa ramai orang boleh ganti kita punya produk atau services. Okay, that is the meaning of it. Alright, so you can read that. In our textbooks pun also they describe this. How can you substitute? You can easily substitute nowadays. And phone, for example, device like phone. laptop, you can easily find substitute for that. Okay? So that's why issues like customer loyalty and cost switching, that is antara faktor yang kita akan tengok. That bargaining power of buyers is our product or services. When we put the service charge ataupun the product price, who has more say to it? Adakah kita bergantung kepada our value of service or the demand of the customer? That is bargaining power of buyer. Kalau buyer tu very powerful, dia kena ikut demand buyer, maka we are not very strong. So basically, dia mesti kena ada some sort of cut off point lah. That's why macam masa musim perayaan kan, kita kena letak harga ceiling. Nanti orang akan letak harga yang sangat-sangat tinggi. Okay, tapi itu adalah untuk peniaga. So buyer pula dia ada, tapi itu untuk protect buyer juga, supaya buyer boleh beli. Kalau kita letak range of price, regulation of range of price, then it's safe the buyer. So bargaining power of buyer is basically how well your buyer would affect your price and a service fee for your product or service. Ini boleh baca lah. Bargaining power of suppliers ni pula, kita terpaksa ikut harga supplier. Berapa pula kita nak jual? Nanti tak ada orang nak beli pula. Kalau supplier jual RM17, kita lepas beli masif, kita kena jual dalam RM19. Untung RM2 je. Tak boleh nak jual 17 juga, tak ada untung. Tapi tak boleh nak jual mahal pula, nanti tak ada orang nak beli. So that is bargaining power of suppliers. Dan susah juga kita nak sentiasa ikut supplier. Kita pula yang kena follow supplier lebih. No, supposedly kena ada berjaya ikat supplier tersebut with our own. But then again, we have to know quite a number of suppliers company for then the bargaining power to switch kat kita pula. So that is antaranya. So you can read lah further in the. Okay, this is the third model, value chain analysis. Tadi kita dah tengok Porter's generic strategies model, Porter's 5 forces model. The third one is the value chain analysis. Value chain analysis is very useful, then most of the organization have this value chain model. Alright, what does it mean by value chain? Dalam organisasi, we have a lot of for example, the structural and infrastructural punya elements kan. So these elements, the relationship dia. So that relationship describe the value proposition dia. So antara what's customers, what is needed, what related price, and so on and so forth. So this relationship create the value proposition. Okay. So for example, what customers, what end user, who's end users, what channels they're going to use, what are the things that they need, what products that do they want, what features we're going to offer, what services we're going to offer, then how we're going to put the price. If they buy massive, we give them discount. If they buy within promotion, we can give them good discount, and so on and so forth. Okay. So a novel value proposition often expands the market. Kita kena tahulah our value proposition. What is value chain? So from that, then daripada situ kita need to understand what is value chain. So basically again from Porter lah, ni semua daripada Porter, model daripada Porter. Usually these are the common models that we use and practice in an organization in order for us to understand the flow, the product, the services, and so on and so forth. So value chain is a business model, a high-level model, a performance feedback model. We use this for the reason. Alright. Dalam value chain model ni kita ada the functional level strategy, Macam saya kata tadi, setiap organisasi, company kan dia akan buat segmentation, dia akan buat pembahagian dia. Kita ada department, pembahagian department. That is dah sampai functional level strategy. Okay, it's the plan of action to improve the ability of each of organisation department to perform its task specific. Dia mesti dah very specific. Ikut dia punya fungsi, and it must be efficient on each of the task. Kalau tak efficient, maka problem. Dan sebab kita ni dalam organisation ni kita ada input and output and process kan. Kalau input dia bagus tapi proses kita tak bagus, output tu mungkin dia just quality dia. Kita nak input bagus, raw material kita dapat bagus, berkualiti, proses pun efficient, maka definitely produk kita tu pun bagus. Tapi another issue dia, kalau bagus, macam mana distribution dia pula? Bagaimana kita menjual, mempromote kita punya barang? Kalau kita ada bagus, kalau kita ada barang yang bagus, sebab kita fail to distribute it, maka still tak boleh juga. So, mesti completekan that proses daripada awal sampai akhir, sampai kita mendapat proses profit yang menguntungkan. So, that's why we have this model for. Value change management is a development of a set functional level strategies. We have to complete the keberkesanan tu supaya nanti at the end of the day kita akan hasilkan report yang sangat-sangat bagus. So value chain management is the development of set of functional level strategies that supports company business level strategy and strengthen the competitive advantage. Dalam value chain juga kita ada product development. Yang ini dalam core, it could be dalam proses core. Core operation. Bagaimana kaedah dia, metodologi, machinery yang kita pakai, and so on and so forth. Okay. So value chain, coordinated series of sequence of functional activity. Ini definition dia. Necessary to transform input into finished goods or services, customer value and one by. Yang ni saya tak, I don't wish to go into detail, but you have to understand what does it mean by functional decomposition. Okay. Meaning, bagaimana kita perhalusi functional level kita. Bagaimana kita pecah-pecahkan dia. Bagaimana kita make it smaller based on its specific task. So definitely bagaimana kita ni saya highlight, functional composition is an important concept to capture and manage complexity. In organization we have a lot of complexity. So how well defined we understand its complexity so that we have some clarity. Kita kena rungkaikan kompleksiti tersebut. Then we have a good clarity. Jelas semuanya. So, from that value chain model, then kita boleh buat value chain analysis. Okay. So, daripada situ baru kita boleh buat value chain analysis. So, value chain analysis basically a strategic analysis of an organization that uses value creating activities. Macam saya kata masa chapter 1 kan, everything that we do in organization must have values. By the end of it, we must create values. Okay? Value is the amount that buyers are willing to pay for what a firm provides them and is measured by total revenue. So because a good value definitely will bring back good money in the company. So this is a well-known approach in business administration and it's a high-level business function. It's organized a high-level business function and relate them to each other. Basically, it's easy to understand this model. Okay. Selalunya kita akan we are divided the analysis between primary activity and secondary activity. Ataupun primary or secondary activity. Okay, the primary activity consists of the physical creations of the product or service, its sales and transfer to the buyer and its service after the sale. Ini ataupun primary activity ni, another name for it is core competency, core business dia, whereby kita ada bahagian inbound logistic, operations, outbound logistic, marketing and sales, and service. Another is secondary or support activity. So this activity add values. Add values such as values meaning to make sure that the primary activities are smooth, well kept, or efficient. So that is support activity. So what are those pembahagian dia, segmentation dia? Ada bahagian procurement, bahagian technology development, bahagian HR, human resource, and general administration. So ini adalah dia punya model. Yang ni kena hafal, kena ingat. So basically, this is the primary activity or the core activity where we have the inbound logistic, the operation, the outbound logistic, marketing and sales, and service. Where the support activities, we have the general administration, ini bahagian pentadbiran contohnya, bahagian HR, bahagian IT, bahagian kewangan lah, perbankan. While both these activity, the primary and secondary, dia akan membawa kepada revenue lah, margin goals, whether it's weekly, daily ataupun monthly or annually or quarterly. Okay, so dalam bila kita, that is organization kan, so it gives another level is what we call it higher level. Then kita boleh nampak the relationship, the chain, the value chain dalam the industry. Contohnya kita ada primary value chain activity, yang mana kita ada partner with vendors, purchasing good, nanti kan this is the higher level. Managing and distribution, operating stores, marketing and selling. Alright, so basically 3 model tu je lah yang kita dah tengok. Yang mana yang ni untuk yang value chain tadi tu dalam textbook pun ada. Untuk case study nanti untuk aktiviti minggu depan, this is for next week's activity during tutorial. Alright, this is for the activity for next week. So I guess our lecture for today finish at this slide. Alright, thank you very much. Hope you have you're able to download the slide and rewind it. But don't forget, read the textbooks as well. Thank you very much.